while I sit up here, isn't it just so incredibly confusing what to do as a mom when you put your babies to sleep? Do I catch up on YouTube videos that I need to film? Do I catch up on YouTube videos that I need to watch? Do I clean? Do I cook? On the weekends, do I nap? Very much a tribulation in the mind whenever you put the babies to sleep, but nonetheless, glad I have this time now. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Maria and I talk all things money on this channel. For today, I actually wanted to go ahead and do a part 3 as to the updates that I have of my cash budgeting strategy, method, how it's going for me, thoughts about it after I've been kind of using it for like 2 months or so. I started all this back in November and it's now mid-January, and so it's been almost like 3 months, 2.5 to be specific, and so I kind of wanted to give you guys my thoughts and also like a little setup update as to how I have my binders or my wallet set up. I hope that you guys are looking forward to the video. If you're looking forward to the video, you like it and you watch it all the way through, I super appreciate your support. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. Without further ado, let's just get into the video. Hey everyone, it's Maria from the future. I filmed this part 3 back in January 16th, so a month and a half ago. Literally, by the time I'm filming this is now the last day of February, and so some things have changed since I filmed that, and I wanted to specifically go over those changes instead of making a part 4, because who's really sticking around to watch all these parts for updates and stuff like that. I generally feel like I'm not changing my budgeting system anytime soon anymore. There were some changes that I had to do to even part 3 just to like accommodate some things a little bit better, just because some of my binders were overflowing with stuff. So anyways, this is just Maria from the future. Instead of making a part 4, I'm just going to be popping in here and there throughout the video. I'm just going to be watching the video here and making any corrections that may be necessary based on the comments that I'm making then, and just giving you guys the updated information as of right now. So hopefully that's not confusing, just giving an even more updated information based on what you guys are watching right now. So yeah, back to Maria from the past. So this is the update number 3, as I mentioned earlier. So I do have my 3 little binders. You guys just saw the 3 binders that I have. I now have 4 binders, including my wallet, and now there is an additional one, which is this marble looking one. You guys might see it actually in a video that might pop up sooner than this one, but just wanted to give that, and I'll go over the details as to what this one is for and how things are kind of different now later. I did want to say, one, shout out to Nadine from Noteworthy Co. She has been an absolute angel to communicate with, to be so understanding about the whole strike situation that was happening in Canada. So she is in California and I'm in Canada, and so the international, I guess, border that has to cross from one country to the other in terms of like mail service, it was very like messy during the strike, and neither was it her fault or my fault, but the solution that we came up with it all, I'm just very appreciative of, you know, what she ended up doing. And in terms of just communicating, not all people who have small businesses or even big businesses, they don't have to accommodate to the fact that like, oh, there's a strike in your country, that's not my problem. And so I'm very appreciative of the fact that she was understanding, patient, and very graceful to want to work with me, communicating back and forth about this order that, you know, I should have received back in November, and I received, I want to say like 2 weeks ago, just around New Year's. And so I just wanted to say that. So shout out to Nadine. I do still have some products from her, and so let's get on to those, but just wanted to give a little shout out there. Before I forget, all stuff that I have here I will link down below, whether it's an Etsy, whether it's an independent shop in a different website and such, and so I will link those down below in case you guys like the products that I showcase and would like to purchase some of your own. But of course, it's not at all a promotion, as in like a paid promotion. I bought this with my own money, and so just wanted to let you guys know that. The first update that I want to say, and I'm gonna be frank with just like the setup comfortability, this one change that I have, this wallet here that I have, I'm gonna take the chain off just so it's a little bit easier for me to communicate and this is not like dangling around everywhere. So this little black clutch that I got from an Etsy shop here in Toronto, I ended up getting this one, and it's gonna replace the trifold wallet that I got from Noteworthy Co. This is from Glamour on a Budget shop, and she is located in Toronto. My reasoning for replacing my trifold wallet that I got from Nadine with this one is because I found that with more time that I used the trifold wallet as my actual wallet, because it's trifold as in like it clasps instead of like a zipper, I found that sometimes, God forbid, for whatever reason the clasp didn't clasp properly, or it opened for whatever reason, maybe got loosened or whatever it is, if my envelopes were not like closed properly, the cash would just slip out. And so I kind of wanted to prevent that issue. Nonetheless, I'm gonna see what I do with that wallet of mine. I'm gonna see if I donate it. I'm gonna see if I can give it to a family member who may like the cash budgeting system in general, or just wants a wallet for whatever reason of that style. And so I'm gonna do that. Yeah, just wanted to say I did get this wallet because it does replace that issue. It has the gold hardware, zipper, perfectly functional. It comes in black and other different colors. I just got black. Well, I wanted black with the trifold wallet. I was gonna keep black for this one. It has 2 little hoops if you wanted to add the chain, which you guys just saw that I removed for whatever reason. If you didn't want that, it does automatically come with this clutch wristlet, which is also removable if you didn't want that for whatever reason. Let's get into the inside of my binder. This one is my wallet specifically. This is basically staying pretty much the same. I basically have the same setup. Let me just make sure that no card numbers are visible here. I just have the same like little setup here that I did have with the trifold wallet. As you guys saw, my cards over on this side. It does have like a little functional zipper there. That's where I keep my change. Along with the zipper that I just showed you guys, there is a little pouch here. I just keep my car registration in there or whatever documents we want to keep in there, whether receipts or whatever. In comparison to the trifold wallet, this one does not have a big overall pocket where you can keep your receipts. So this is a trifold wallet that I used to have. If you guys remember, it had this big opening here that you can keep like literally whatever massive papers or amounts of papers that you wanted to keep in there. This one does not have it, but that's okay. Pros and cons to both, but I'm just showing you guys the display of it right now. It does have like a little pen hole here, loop I should say. Basically the same setup as before. So I have my little overlay here. You guys can see that in the previous videos that I have showcased to you guys. And then actually for my, unfortunately, so vellum, I found out the hard way that vellum is actually super fragile and super delicate. Temperature, humidity, moisture can all ruin it. And so the vellum inserts that I used to have that you guys saw in my first initial cash wallet setup, those ones were kind of ruined because somehow rain got into my wallet even though it's always like on me. So this is not necessarily a correction. This is just me using less words here just to clarify what I meant. Everybody who sells vellum inserts, envelopes, etc., they do say as a disclaimer that vellum is very fragile and it can get ruined very easily if you don't take care of it properly, even if it's something outside of your control. Let's say that you live in Texas and the humidity is really high, it could damage your vellum products. And so I already knew that going forward, but for whatever reason, I just didn't think they were going to get ruined if they were inside my trifold wallet at the time. The trifold wallet does have some openings, as you guys saw, because it is a clasp. It does open fully, so there's no zipper going around the side, and so it's kind of like this where it's open on the sides, correct? Which is another reason why I got the zipper wallet, because it doesn't have those openings on the side. Water, whether snow or rain, and those types of elemental things won't be getting into the wallet to ruin the other envelope inserts that I've gotten. And so I just wanted to kind of mention that because I do because if I didn't know about the warning ahead of time, they did end up separating and peeling, and therefore that's why I had to replace a whole bunch of things from Noteworthy Co. with the stuff that I got from Renee over at Home the Brand. Not sure how the rain actually seeped through, but anyways, I had to end up getting new vellum inserts, which I got the inserts instead of the envelope itself having writing. I figured it'd be easier to replace a vellum or even cardstock if I wanted to ever change up the material for the envelope than it is to replace an entire envelope. And so just for like maintenance purposes as well, less like weight into the earth. So yeah, I have my new little inserts here that I have from Honed the Brand. She has her Etsy shop, which I'll link down below, like I said, along with Glamour on a Budget. I'll have their stuff down below, but I basically got different inserts now, basically going with the theme that I had already with Nadine stuff. So I do have as replacement for the vellum ones that got ruined, sadly speaking. But anyways, I have groceries, I have gas, personal spending, which I have some coupons in there, which I displayed before. Then I have kindness, which I mainly, like I said before, gonna be using for donating to church or extra fat tip, or you know, if I see somebody on the street that needs a little something. This is currently empty because my pockets are currently empty. And then the little insert that I got from Nadine. Then I have a little typo note here. It says eating, which I find is so funny, but that's okay. I have gift cards here for dining out. And then I have coffee. And then from here, I have a little cardstock tracker. Home the Brand was so kind to give as a little freebie. So there's that one. It's just like a little coffee cravings tracker for, you know, if you want to save a particular amount. Then in the back, I have more cards here. And then the thing that I like about this wallet in particular is that it has even more card slots in the back here. So there's that, there's this, there's the ones in the front, and then furthermore, on the opposite side of that, you guys can barely see, but there's like another zipper here. This zipper is a little bit uncomfortable to open just because if you have like a lot of cards here, it may be like a little difficult to access. But if you want to put like secure documents in there that are not going to escape anytime soon, you can do that. So that's my wallet. Next up, I have two other binders that I mentioned to you guys in another update that I filmed. I wanted to get 2 other binders to be able to separate stuff that didn't need to be with me in this wallet all the time as I enter the world. I don't need massive amounts of cash on me, just for safety reasons and also practicality. I got this light blue binder, also from Home the Brand. I'll just show you guys the inside of it. 1, 2, 3, 4 little card slots here. Nothing on the other side besides like a little pouch. And the clasp itself is magnetic. Oh, and of course a little like loop here for pen, if that's of interest to you. I do have a little charm that I got from Nadine. This was part of the order that was delayed. I paired up with this light blue, as you guys can see. Let me actually take it out so you guys can see it properly. As you guys can see, it's a cute little white rose, so super pretty, love it. And it goes, I think, nicely with, although it's a gold hardware little charm, I think it goes nicely with the aesthetic of the binder in general because it's white and blue. And then the actual hardware of the binder is silver. So just thought I'd say that in case you guys are interested. So for this one, this is is my stay-at-home emergency binder. This is the one that I'm gonna keep at the house at all times for big expenses that are meant to be staying in the house in case there are things that need to be purchased on an emergency basis. Also speaking kids some sinking funds for them, specifically education or like random expenses here and there. So we have my little MD overlay that I have from Nadine's shop, and then I have this beautiful background you guys can see there with the trees. It went well with the blue binder here. I believe it was a freebie from Honed the brand. Thank you again, Renee. We'll go into my categories here. Emergency, RV expenses, which as you guys saw in my other video, that is my daughter. Dorian expenses, which is my stepson. Next I have this pouch here that needs an insert itself, but I'm gonna put money for another one of my credit cards that I have, specifically my Walmart MasterCard. Any change that I want to pay towards the balance of the card, I'm gonna put in here and then pay it off in person if I wanted to. So with that, the only update that I have, I did end up getting that insert. I ended up getting it from Honed the brand, as you guys probably imagine. She's located in Toronto. A lot of these folks that are in the cash budgeting community are actually in the States. I'm thankful that somebody like Honed the brand, Renee, she's over in Toronto, and so I don't have to pay international fees or wait so long because she is obviously local in comparison to those folks. But anyways, I ended up just getting the one that didn't have an insert, was the empty envelope that I now have designated to be my Walmart MasterCard. So there's that one, and it serves the same purpose that I spoke about in the video. And then I have TD Visa. So that is that binder. So as you guys can see, the theme for that one is big expenses or paying myself back anything that I spent on credit that wasn't on cash. And then next I have this clear binder. All right, so this is the main guy that I need to, I guess, clarify that things are different. And let me just move my computer out of the way. Whatever I explained in this upcoming section of the video with what used to be this clear binder, this clear binder is no longer holding those envelopes. Those are now encased here. I transferred all those to this, just an Amazon binder. So all that stuff is here. Now, the clear binder, which I believe is the only clarification that I need to give, this clear binder, you guys will see in a different video that I have kind of already explained because I did open up the package, and I believe I'm posting that soon at some point. But anyways, this is now considered my rollover binder. So as you guys can see, it is the same clear rose gold binder that I have gotten from Nadine at Noteworthy Co. And then everything else inside was from Honed the brand at Renee's shop. Essentially this binder is going to be my at-home bank. I'm not going to keep like thousands and thousands of dollars in here, but I'm going to keep a little bit of each large denomination, so the 20s, the 50s, and the 100. And eventually when I condense my other binders with bigger bills and swap them out for those smaller bills, I don't have to go to the bank every single time. It's already housed in this binder. For example, in case you guys are not familiar with cash condensing, let's say that one of my envelopes here, let's say for my birthday, that had 10 tens. I would go ahead and go into my rollover binder, my stay-at-home bank binder, whatever you want to call it. If I have an 100 in here, I would replace the 100 into the envelope that has the 10 $10 bills. That's the same amount. I take the 10s and put them here where the $10 bills are. When this gets too jam-packed, you can then go to the bank and switch out at the bank the bills for bigger denominations. And whether you want to keep some of it as savings in the bank or you want to take everything out but in bigger denominations, you can do that. And that's essentially the whole concept of cash condensing. Whether you want to go to the bank every single time or you want to have a rollover, overflow, or hamburger binder here at home so you don't have to make so many trips to the bank at all times, that's fine. Got this from Nadine. This is also part of the the delayed delivery one. This one also has like a cute little black Hawaiian charm here. You guys can see that there, super pretty. This is considered her overflow binder because it is so flexible and precisely it's made in that way so it turns into a hamburger, she calls it. No need to go to the bank, you have your own cash at home for like swapping out bills or whatever it is. And so she uses that for that method, but you guys can obviously use it for whatever you want. I bought this because it was on a discount and so I wanted another binder. This one, as you guys can see, has the rose gold metal hardware. And then here I have some of the original package, like the package that I got back in the day from Nadine back in November. I got some little like decorative cards. I just cut them up so they'd be able to fit into the trifold wallet that I have here from Nadine. And this binder is going to be my sinking funds for like people in my life and also for special occasions. I'm gonna see, like I said, if I get any more binders. I don't want it to be a thing where I buy so many binders for like a lot of different things. If that's your type of way of being able to save better for your sinking funds or whatever, that's perfectly fine for you. I don't want it to be that for myself because it is like a lot of clutter as well. It's not like I have like a lot of space in this house, but I do want to see what also I get and add to the binders as time goes on. But for now, that's what I'm dealing with. And for now, these are the categories that I have. These are majority empty because I just recently got them. And again, the binder itself, like I said, was from Nadine at Noteworthy Co. The envelope inserts are also from Honed the brand, as I mentioned earlier, and then the envelopes as well. She had like a combo pack deal. If you get the envelope, you can get like a little bit of a discounted price if you also get the envelope, the insert, and so that's what I did. Moving on with the categories here, I have Ro, R-O, which is my brother, Moises, which is my husband, my birthday, mama, Christmas, couldn't read it backwards, gifts and birthdays. I have vacation. So as you guys can tell, I put them in the order of like the calendar year. For example, my brother's first because he's the first birthday person in my family, followed by that sequence that I just explained to you guys. And so yeah, that is basically the little setup that I have right now. Some people might be irked by the fact that like the colors don't match or the colors don't have like a particular theme going on to them. That's what works for me. I'm definitely not the kind of person that is super picky about like color schemes or anything. I know I'm the kind of person that would wear like silver with gold because I'm just not that superficially based. Nonetheless, it is what it is. I'm gonna put this chain back on the stuff. I'm gonna put away my setup. So now that that's out of the way, I wanted to talk to you guys about my feelings towards the cash budgeting system in general, how the binders have been working for me. You guys already kind of know that. Just an update, mentally speaking, and functionality and practicality speaking topics. The cash budgeting system works. It definitely works. The 2.5 months that I've had this whole thing that I've been using it, I haven't been using it for the past exactly 2.5 months. I have been implementing it slowly but surely in the 2.5 months that I've been getting the stuff or whatever, but I haven't been using it fully, and I'll explain to why. But first, I want to emphasize that the cash system works. The cash system, if you stick to your budget and you are able to allocate a certain amount in the monthly categories that you have, you can like move them around from category to category, but technically once your budget is set up at the beginning of the month or at the end of the month, however way the schedule works best for you, if you put the money in there and you just set it, if you run out, you run out. No more spending. The problem or the pickle that I've been finding myself in is that it's really difficult to stick to the cash budgeting system if you have debts to pay. For example, if I have $20,000 on a certain credit card, when I get paid, as much as I want to stick to the cash budgeting system so I don't overspend in the, for example, grocery category, I would prefer to put that money from my paycheck instead of towards that cash envelope, like not only going to the bank and withdrawing it and putting it in the cash envelope, but I would rather put it towards paying off my balance. That way the balance goes down, the interest at the end of the month would go down, and all that good stuff. That's been my main problem with being able to stick to the cash budgeting system fully. However, I know that once I do reduce down my debts, I would be able to implement this fully, like bulletproof kind of thing. I think to reduce the number of words that I'm saying here is that essentially if I am taking out the cash to put into my binder, specifically the wallet, because sinking funds is a little bit different. It's money that I'm saving for my future. It stays untouched unless that future occasion comes up. What I mean to say here is that if I'm taking out, let's say $100 for gas, $600 for groceries, that cash that I'm putting towards a category, yes, it saves me money because I'm not overspending in the category during the month, but that money regardless has to get used. So I might as well use it on a credit card. The money that I am able to from my bank, move it towards paying down my credit card, at least that's paid. It's kind of like the example, I forget what YouTuber mentioned this once that I thought it was a really good idea. I will try my hardest to find that video again that I saw, and I will give you the exact timestamp that you guys need to go to for her to explain this a lot more thoroughly than I'm able to do. Sometimes I get mixed up with my words, and because I'm not a professional, as always mentioned, I don't want to guide you guys in a wrong direction if you guys simply didn't understand me, even though I know what I'm talking about. So I will have her video up here, like a little screenshot. I'll give you guys the link as well, and I will say specifically what timestamp to go to. But essentially, it's better to use your checking account money, aka the money that you got from your job, to pay off your credit cards, or as much as you can, except for example, rent. Whatever remainder you have to pay off your credit card, and then you use your credit card for your bill. This is not at all a fault of the cash system in general. This is a fault of the user, in this case me. As you guys know by the disclaimer and by all the financial videos that I've already made, I'm not a professional of any sort. I'm not a licensed or go-to person or guru or advisor. Take that with a grain of salt with what I'm about to say. It's not advice, but I would definitely think that maybe paying down your debts would be better for you to do first before you implement a system like this. Not only does it cost money to obviously get these materials and stuff, but let's just say that that was a negligible amount that you are paying in comparison to like what you have to pay. Nonetheless, it makes a conflict in your internal psyche knowing that, well, I have debts to pay, but I want to take out the cash so I can put it in my budget. That way I don't overspend, but then that money that I'm not overspending, I'm not also putting towards the debts that I have to pay. Whether it's a credit line, whether it's a loan that you may have, whether that's credit card. I found that to be the trickiest part. I'm still kind of like working on it. And so specifically for sinking funds, I don't think that's an issue, because if it's a sinking fund that you are saving for the future, I don't think that's an issue, whether that's gifts for people, holidays that you're saving up for, or even just treat yourself kind of envelopes or categories. I feel like since you're saving that for the future, that's cool beans. Like whether $5 here, $5 there, that's cool. However, reducing down of your balances, I think that's the most tricky part, at least for myself. Let me know downstairs actually. I'm curious if you guys have faced that issue and how you guys kind of like mentally prepared yourself to deal with it coming around payday and such. Similar issues, other issues, what solutions that may have worked for you if you guys ended up doing that. I would love to hear you guys' opinions down below. I believe that's everything that I had to share with you guys. Again, I love my little system that I have here. I love the little chains that I've added to the actual purse. I love the little little charms that came with my order finally that I was waiting from Noteworthy Co. I'm super happy with my setup in general. We'll see how it grows or so in the future. I don't think it's gonna grow anytime soon because I'm very happy with the setup that I have. So obviously a group by just one binder and a couple more envelopes, but I did want to say, because I did mention it in another video and I don't think I did it justice in this video enough. If you guys are not able to whether afford, or you don't have the room in your house, or you simply don't have the interest into the level that some of these cash budgeters on the cash budgeting community here on YouTube and on Instagram, if you don't have the interest, the space for it, the money for it to have a whole bunch of binders, that's okay. Make the system work for you in a way that is suitable for you. It won't overwhelm you, etc. If you just want to save for sinking funds in cash, by all means. If you want to save for bills and other expenses in cash, by all means. Let's say that you have 3 children. If you want to have one binder for those 3 children all combined together, by all means. If you want to have one binder per child, by all means. Do whatever works for you and don't feel pressured by the community. Like, don't get me wrong, it looks aesthetic, it looks so nice, it looks so beautiful to have every type of color and every type of binder, and every single category has its own home in a particular binder. But if that's not what you want to do, whether because you don't have the money, you don't have the room, or you don't have the interest in doing that, nobody's here to judge you. You are only judging yourself. And I find that a lot of the community members do say that, like, nobody's putting pressure on each other. People are just putting pressure on themselves. If you look at some of the bigger creators on YouTube for the cash budgeting community, they have a whole bunch of binders, and trust me, I wish. It looks so pretty. It looks, and just like the type of binder that they use, it looks so classic, it looks so pretty, and just wow. But I'm not at that stage, and nobody's putting pressure on me except for me if I want to be a part of that. If one day I do want to have 8,000 binders, if I want to stick to my 4 cute little binders until I am able to afford a 5th one, by all means. Nobody's putting pressure on each other. We are only putting pressure on ourselves. So I did just want to say that because I don't think I do it justice here on this video. Maybe I didn't even do it justice in the other video that I commented on about it. I believe that's everything from Maria from the future. And so yeah, God bless you guys. And so yeah, just wanted to kind of give you guys that little update, number 3 for my cash budgeting system and setup. I hope that, as confusing as the video might have been for some people who are not aware or knowledgeable about the cash budgeting system, I hope that nonetheless you guys enjoyed the video and got some value from it. And if you did, I would love to hear your comments down below. Obviously, if you are planning on returning to another video of mine in the future, I would appreciate it if you guys subscribe to the channel. It definitely helps the channel out and it helps the community grow. And in general, thanks to all the financial gurus or even just gals who talk about finance, who share their cash budgeting system and their setup and inspire others to kind of do the same. Thank you to all the Etsy shops and individual shops that I have shopped from that has made this journey not only so creative for me to be able to organize and customize things the way that I like, but also at the end of the day, it is meant to save me money. I'm very happy with everything going on, and so I hope that you guys enjoy the video. If you guys have any questions, like I said, of any of the stuff, you can obviously reach out to the individual folks that sell these items, or you can reach out to me if I miss anything. Definitely let me know, and we'll see how this journey ends up going. And of course, guys, I have to include a verse of the day right here, so that is it. Hopefully relevant to the video topics that I just touched on. Thanks to God and praise be to God for everything that He has been able to bless me with, financial, tangible, spiritual. I hope that you guys are able to feel the power and the love of God in your life every single day. Only by His grace are we here every single day, and by His mercy are we able to begin anew, and all our sins are washed away. I hope that you guys are on your journey to be able to discover your better selves, and that includes Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. Hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and without lingering this on for too much, God bless you guys, God bendiga, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.